Wounded, they're starting to pull back. The Americans have taken quite a beat too, but they'll probably push up in a minute and try to take what's left of this town. The Americans are starting to make their final push to push them out of the back of the town. Once the Germans don't have any cover, they'll probably skedaddle down the road.
Get up on that box ahead of me.
So the MPs at the far end of this came into this as American pictures are mopping up the far left side. They're trying to figure out where they're at. They apparently got lost with directing a convoy and ended up down a crossroads. Keep in mind that the Germans have removed a lot of the signs as they retreated to confuse the Allied advance. It's not laid out in a grid system like you find in the Midwest here. Most of the roads in Normandy are erratic and they go in different directions. There's not a straight road in Normandy because some of these roads are 1,000 years old and followed the terrain. It was best for horse carts or ox carts 1,000 years ago. Well, one of the wounded are prostrate. They might have a lucky day. The column that's coming back behind these MPs turns out to be a medical platoon. So the MPs were moving this lost column when they ran into this situation. So they have patients they still need to stabilize, walking wounded, and this medical section is fully equipped. They also can help tend to the wounded in this town. You'll note that the German medics are attending to the American wounded as well as the German and both sides did this during the war. There's still a sense of human compassion once you
Yeah, we got it. We got it. We need two over here.
This group was working to try to find a location for their field hospital and not here with their wounded instead. But you can see that they're trying to set up triage stations and the hierarchy of the medical sections where you have nurses, doctors, and medics of varying grades doing their duties with everything from trying to stabilize the patients in the field. This may include trying to keep patients from going into shock, giving them fluids for fluids that are lost, trying to splint wounds, but the biggest thing is to try to stop bleeding on the trauma patients because usually due to blast wounds, shrapnel, landmines, and artillery.
Hold on, hold on.
You need me, let me know. Got it.
Where you want him? Right here, Doc? Doc, where you want him?
Come on.
We got anybody else back here?
We got a guy over here. Doc, let's know if you guys up here. Alrighty, anybody else need to operate on? Get them up here down to me.
Doc, enemy's about 2 kilometers out. Closing in on it. Thank you.
Tenemos up here, Joe. Got over here. Chcesz zejść na dół?
There a guy that's beside the stretcher. Help him up. Right back
Germans started to work on the Americans back on the top. Though the town is lightly held by paratroopers, they're few in number. The German caught up with another group. It came back to counterattack the town in much greater. In the meantime, they did not know that there's a medical section they had to come in, so they're trying to wave them down to let them know that they're a medical unit, not a combat unit. Under the Geneva Convention, that Red Cross flag was designed to be a symbol of non-combatants serving in the medical community. Set up by the Geneva Convention, it allowed anybody who was a follower of the Geneva Convention to have medical armbands or the Red Cross symbol to not be under direct attack by the enemy. But there are certain rules along with that, such as not arming medics, etc. If you take a look at the Red Cross flag, it's actually the reverse of the Swiss flag, which they did in honor of the country that hosted the Geneva Convention. The Americans and the Germans are working on trying a truce to deal with their wounded situation, since obviously they can no longer evacuate the wounded in this current situation that they have. The Germans are still trying to determine what to do with their quarry. They've caught this entire medical platoon on the side of the road along with wounded. They're not quite sure they want to take them all and necessarily take on the responsibility of the casualties and also the non-combatants. So they've worked out a truce. They're taking their wounded and their dead to try to clear the people. And the Germans are looting all the Americans of their watches.
Can he sit? I can get him out of here. Be okay. Let's move him. We gotta get him out of here. Got enough room. If he can sit up, we're gonna have to get back.
You got it. Don't let us.
We can slide this. We can slide this.
All right,
We got room for in the weapons carrier. Put him in the weapons carrier.
What's up, y'all? Hey, I got a live one here. I got a live one.
It looks like they're loading up the wounded and they're trying to evacuate everybody out of the village.
Easy on the throttle.
Come on, Bob. Hey, you guys need water back there? We need water.
Something.
Oh, great, thanks. All right, come on, kids. Rounding your bangs.
So unfortunately, for they're being marched off to German captivity and will spend the rest of the war in a German POW camp. However, the wounded that they did collect and transport will be taken to a German hospital, and they will be treated and most likely survive the war as well. Note that the troops are still pulling back. While the Germans counterattacked and retook this town, they have to pull back to reconsolidate their lines. Thank you very much for watching. Give us a few minutes to police up, and we want to check for blanks that may have been expended that are still in the ground. After we police up, we'll let the kids come out and pick up the brass. If you find any rounds that appear not to have been fired, the primers are not hit, or they sound like a salt and pepper shaker when you shake them, please show them to a reenactor so we can see whether they're safe or not, because they can be very dangerous. Thank you very much.